Good morning, afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Forrest.
I'm Travis Baker.
And welcome to another episode of BrokeAF Movies.
Yeah.
And today, we'll be talking about...
The longest movie ever. That's what we're going to be talking about.
The Lost City of Z.
Or Zed if you're a Brit or Canadian. Because they kept calling...
Read the book.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, because they kept calling it Zed. I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, wait, that's how they say Z in their... their accent. I
went in not really knowing anything was going on. All I could see from the trailers was, set in late 1800s, early 1900s, actually around the early 1900s. Basically, exploration of the Amazon, because, trying to fill in the gaps on the map, basically.
We're recording this at like 1:30 a.m.
Saw the last showing.
Because you were somewhere, you called me up at 7, you were like, hey, how about we go see a late movie? Wait, and there's not that many movies that came out this weekend, so we were just like, I suggested that one UFO
found footage, yeah,
the found footage thing. I don't know, but you said Lost City of Z. I was like, okay, I don't care.
I like Charlie Hunnam.
I should have.
Robert Pattinson.
I kind of feel like I should have objected because
it was long.
Jesus Christ, this pacing is so slow.
It was just 2 hours and 20 minutes.
It felt so much I did not feel like this while watching Gone with the Wind.
Oh god.
And I thought Gone with the Wind was bloated. And that's 4 hours. And this is 2 hours and 20 minutes and I for the first third I was falling asleep.
Yeah.
Until Charlie Hunnam started spitting back and forth
at the art
with Dudley Dursley from the Harry Potter. There's a lot of okay.
When you look at this film, there's a lot of fan fiction you can make out of it at the end.
You know how many what known characters, actor characters are in this movie? You got Jax Teller, you got Spider-Man, the new one, playing this kid. You have Palpatine. Ian McDermott's in this movie.
Yeah.
We had no idea. Yeah, Dudley Dursley and
Robert Pattinson.
Oh,
so he can go either way. He can go Twilight or he can go Harry Potter too.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson was actually really good in this movie. But
he was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, you can get a lot of fan fiction out of this film. Honestly, you can make a lot of fan fiction here.
So Edward Cullen, Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy, Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars,
new Peter Parker.
Peter Parker and Dudley. Write a fan fiction. Go. Have fun.
What was Robert Pattinson's character's name in Harry Potter? Was it Edward? Or
Cedric. I was talking about his Twilight.
Twilight. Yeah, no, I was trying to remember his name, but yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Cedric or Cedric Diggory.
No, it would make sense for him to do Twilight because we only have one Harry Potter character.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so overall, you can get a lot of good fan fiction after you finish this film. But for the film's sake itself, I liked it overall. I think it was interesting. What was interesting, it took a turn from exploration, a period piece, to a war drama
for
5 minutes.
For 15 minutes.
And it was a phenomenal war film. For a second, literally, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to see Charlie Hunnam in a war film now with Robert Pattinson.
There's a tons of moments in this movie where I thought the movie was going to end, and that war film scene was one of them. I was like,
that's what I thought. I thought that was it.
I thought he died. And then we had 40 more minutes of movie to go after that. I was like, oh, come on. But yeah, so I guess we gotta talk about what the movie's about.
So basically, the movie's about the real life exploration of I forget his first name, but he was basically Major Fawcett.
It's like Percy Fawcett.
Percy Fawcett, and he's a major in the British Army, and at the beginning he has kind of like what the British society, that Victorian society was before the whole turn of the century feel, was that to become a man, a well-known, established, civilized man, was name and rank and knightlyhood and stuff. And so that made him want to do more with his life because, one, his dad ruined his family reputation by being a drunkard, which it came down to, and some hunting accident. That's what they hinted at. They didn't say, but his alcoholism with a hunting accident is what I got. Because they talked about hunting and his alcoholism. That's what they talked about quickly.
I think I remember them saying something about the dad, but I completely forgot what it was.
But that's basically he was him about name. It was all about saving the name and getting a rank and being in the pages of history.
Very classist.
And so and so he went on his first, when he gallivanted on his first expedition of three. First of three.
3 expeditions, and we thought it was just going to be about the one.
No, the first one. The only like crazy thing that happened of like, damn, that's like the jungle was the piranhas that ate that dude. That was it.
Oh, is that what those things were?
Yeah, that's what it's kind of hard to tell at the beginning, but then you realize it.
I thought it was just because that he got shot and that's why he was bleeding.
He got shot. No, like some natives shot one of his basically his crew in the heart, like in the chest, and they got in the water, and everyone's jumping in the water, and piranhas, because they smell blood, just ate that dude alive.
Okay.
So that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the craziest part. Failed expedition. It has succeeded, the first one, because they found the end of the river, the beginning of the river.
Yeah.
They found the mouth. And then, though, when they went hunting for food because they were starving, Major Fawcett found pottery, basically human creations in the middle of the jungle, out in where nothing should be anywhere, no human touch. And I was like, wow, this could be it. Our native guide was telling the truth. But when he brings his findings back to the RGS, the Royal Geography Society in London, Geographical Society in London, all of them were like, haha, come on, El Dorado, right? That's what killed the Spaniards.
That's the best scene in the movie.
That was really fun. It was kind of like the British version of the scenes from Lincoln when they're in Congress. That's basically what it was.
I was thinking of like a rap battle.
There were some,
because of the way everyone's going, whoa!
Those were some burns. Those are some honestly major burns.
Oh, of course, I'm just thinking of like...
And it was, if you think about it, more fan fiction, Jax Teller and Dudley having a rap battle. It's basically what it was.
Just do the...
With Edward Cullen as a moderator. That's what you do. That's what you do.
Just rewrite the lyrics of either of the cabinet battles from Hamilton, and there you go.
Yeah. But that was honestly the most entertaining scene. Well written. I say well done, honestly.
That's when I woke up. I didn't actually fall asleep, but I was like...
That's when you checked back in?
Yeah, because I was just...
Like, what the fuck's going on?
I was like, oh, I'm tired. When is something exciting going to happen? Yeah, the arrows, yeah. I was getting really tired. What? That's it? The expedition's over?
Yeah, that first expedition...
He's coming back on this... He's coming back on this shit. Yeah, it's like... I thought that... I really did feel like there was going to be like a slow build, and the entire movie is going to be this chaotic... This terrifying expedition.
Kind of like a Heart of Darkness, but more from the book, not like what Apocalypse Now is. Because the thing is, what's interesting, the backdrop literally looks like Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, oh, they're screwed. If wherever you're going looks like the backdrop of Apocalypse Now, you are fucked.
I was thinking of this one movie that I saw in my film class. I forget the title. Werner Herzog directed it. Klaus Kinski is in it. It's not Fitzcarraldo. It's...
Did it have the same feel? Was it an old movie?
It was a similar. All right, I'm looking up. It was like, it was about like, European colonialism in like near the Amazon River.
Okay.
So
that kind of had the same feel as this movie.
Yeah, and it's like, especially when they were on the raft and they're getting shot at. Oh no! I think it was it was the first expedition. The first expedition when they're on the raft and they're like starving and they're about to go crazy.
Yeah. And I thought I was gonna more go deep into that, like men losing themselves in the jungle right before they find the city, but it didn't. It didn't take that. What is it called?
Aguirre, The Wrath of God. I didn't really like that movie that much, but it was like same kind of location.
Yeah, and actually, I was thinking about that, what we thought it was, but what it turned into. If you think about it, Major Fawcett became kind of the first person to be like, hey, maybe we're not as awesome as a society because we're kind of just fucking people over that aren't white.
That was there, yeah.
It was kind of a little just like forced inward, but I thought that was interesting. I'm like, wow, so this guy, the real life dude... I wish
there could have been like more build up to that.
Because the real life man really thought like, hey, maybe we should dial it back a bit and actually become educated with these people. They're not savages. They actually have a civilization. They just don't have electricity. but they're simpler. Because when because his second trip, when he's able, because he's funded by one of the RGS's higher ranking people.
Yeah.
They find, yes, they're cannibals, but they have crops that they've dug into the land. They have a society. They have houses. They actually, and he says in one of his lines, it's mathematically laid out.
Yeah.
These people know geography and mathematics to a degree to build a civilization.
Probably just practical knowledge.
And that's what was interesting. But what sucks for his second expedition is that the guy that funded him
also
fucked him in the ass.
Also came along.
I thought when he came along, I'm like, oh, this is going to be some fun comic relief, but this guy's going to help. And then it turned out, oh, this guy's just a piece of shit. He's
never, ever trust the fat guy.
Here's the thing. You let the fat man finance you. You don't let him come with you.
No.
You let him finance you. You let him be basically your public face back home. You let him get the war bonds. Mm-hmm. You let him get the money raised. You leave him home, though.
The whole thing about
he just screwed him over.
Yeah.
Because at the end, I thought that was interesting. Like they gave him a horse and supplies to get to a mining facility, about like some odd miles north. But what was interesting, what he did to sabotage them, he covered all their rations in a certain oil that basically ruined their food. I thought that was, that was like, wow, I didn't see, right when he was about to find the city too.
Yeah.
And then they came home. He got rejected by the society because they took the other guy's side, and he goes into war. And that was interesting. They hinted that the world was being plunged into war with the assassination of that.
Franz Ferdinand?
Yeah, the assassination of Franz Ferdinand. And that's the thing about this film. Like, the pacing was very drawn out. It's not a late night movie. No. It's still a good movie. But when it goes into that war genre, the war epic, all of a sudden, I'm like, this is a good fucking war film.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. Like, all I could think about was like, can we just have this? Can we have 2 and a half hours and 20 minutes of just Charlie Hunnam in a war?
Yeah.
Because that was great.
I'd watch that.
Oh my gosh, it was a beautiful, like they showed no man's land perfectly. The last speech before a charge scene.
Mm-hmm.
The way that was good.
I don't know how much of that was necessary though.
Oh no, not for the film at all. That's the thing. It's not made for the film at all. But it was so good.
This script should have there are some things that could have been cut from this movie. And yeah, like that big speech in the end.
Closer for the film. Yeah.
That big speech in the end.
The rallying the troops.
Yeah, and that's what made me think like, okay, this is the movie. This is how the movie's gonna end.
And the thing is, the way they filmed that last few minutes of the war part, I was like, God, like what the fuck? Can I get 2 hours? Like, let's get a movie of this. Mm-hmm. Someone needs to literally now write a World War I epic and put Charlie Hunnam in it as a leader of just 3 years of that war.
Please.
I would pay, and that would be an amazing war epic. Because the production, like, I feel like all the movie's budget went to that. Honestly, when you look at the whole film, even though they had a old, like, 1900s steamboat, they showed 1900s London and all its, like, prestige class. They had freaking horses. They went to the jungle with all that. All the production of this film went to the war part. And it was...
They're well balanced in their production value, I will say.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like they skimp out on anything.
Oh my gosh. And the way, like, they were pretty, like, gas. Oh my god, gas. I'm like, oh, that's right. There's gas in this war. That's right. There's gas in World War I. And then just the charge, like... people dying. They showed Krauts on turrets,
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, this is so good. And then it ends and you're like, okay, that's how it ends.
Roll credits. Oh.
He survives. He just gets temporary blindness. He becomes more of a stay-at-home kind of dad, has another kid. He has 3 kids. This guy, every time he leaves, he just knocks up his wife and then leaves. That's what he does. It's the weirdest thing. Every time he goes on expedition, I'm going to knock up my wife. I'm going to knock up my wife. I'm going to knock her up.
It's probably a lot of don't go.
And that's when we realize that Tom Holland is in this film as his son.
Yeah.
And he bitch slaps him, and it's like, holy crap, Jax Teller bitch slapped Peter Parker.
Yeah, Spider-Man's our next Spider-Man's like, you're never there for us. You keep going on expeditions.
Bam.
He never says I'm sorry either.
No. But they bond. The world becomes interested in basically the papers that Major Fawcett has published, and then that makes Americans go on all these big expeditions with hundreds of men.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a big show.
It's like, oh no,
and then
the Americans are going to screw things up just like they always did with the Indians. Where did they learn that from?
And it was interesting though when they brought up, because you notice the second time in the second expedition when they're getting close to the last spot from the first expedition, they get a telegram saying that the Americans found basically the Inca tribe. I think it was Inca.
Yeah.
Like in the high top mountains that we all know that we see in our history books, and the high in the mountains, the Inca civilization. And it was funny, they're talking about, like, hey, we're not going to let them beat us. It's like, wow. It's interesting because most of us know about the space race. But there was also...
Before
there
that.
was literally a race to find ancient tribes. And it's interesting how there's probably been, even before that, the countries have always been in some sort of race. A race to get to this, a race to find this. I thought that was interesting for history.
Yeah.
Because mostly what I know is the space race. And now the arms race, what we know. But before that, there was the ancient civilization race. I thought that was a little interesting side note for history. Now, moving back forward, his son's like, let's go on it again, Dad. We can do it. It's like, oh, God, they're going back again. And they get all this money again.
Yeah,
and they go.
It's like, oh God! So this is actually Act 3.
Yeah,
and the second expedition and World War I, that was all just one massive Act 2.
Yeah,
that wouldn't end.
And
God,
since no one really knows what really happened to Major Fawcett and his son, I think the way the director thought it up was interesting. That they ran into a tribe that was hostile. Made him run away to another tribe that saved him, yet saw them as hostile. But what the chief said in the movie was, we're going to find a home for his spirit. To me, I was like, oh, they're going to fucking kill him. Because he said, this Christian has no home. This Christian's not of us or of them.
Well, you don't know.
But then that's the thing. The way they
never found him.
They never found him. His Major Foster's son is believed that they did find the lost city of Zed because a compass that he told basically the head of the RGS that he would mail to him if he found the place to let him know we found it, made it back to him. So it is to believe he found it and he decided to not come back because he may have found enlightenment or home or the answers he needed in life.
Sure.
But the way the director made it up, I'm like, all right, that was not a bad ending. The way it ended, the very last 30 seconds was...
The very last shot, I was like, fuck you.
I was kind of like, really? The wife was no way connected to this. I was like,
the wife walks into a jungle, and I was like, fuck you. Fuck you and your artistic license. But this movie's too real, too dry, for that. Like, you didn't earn your art card.
But overall, great 15 minutes of war scene. Honestly, great fan fiction to make. You can get honestly a lot of fan fiction out of this film. Robert Pattinson's acting was phenomenal.
Robert Pattinson was good.
Because we've seen him in stuff outside of Twilight, and it's like, this guy can act. Like Water for Elephants. I love that film.
Okay.
The one Remember Me, about how it turned into the 9/11, like he died in 9/11. That was great. This, I'm like, geez, this guy can do a lot. This guy's a really good actor. Give him more. See Charlie Hunnam doing just basically his regular voice. And
Charlie Hunnam,
he's good.
It took some getting used to at first because
you can see a little Jax Teller still.
Well,
in his movements,
it's that he has that low. Something strange about his voice.
Yeah.
And I know that he's a Brit in real life, so that he's probably using his more natural accent than what he did in Sons of Anarchy. But just to hear him
do what he.
A couple of times, like, try to talk like a proper Englishman, like
Yeah.
that way you think. I wasn't buying it.
No,
and
but in the
I was
end,
still
though-
seeing a bad boy, but it worked later.
Because he was outside of civilization more in his character.
Yeah, and
he
he's
seemed more relaxed,
getting down and
soft.
dirty. It was like, all right,
Yeah.
all right, now you work for me.
So I'd say
Joanna.
overall, it's a good film. I think
It's alright.
It's not a bad. Interesting piece of like the early parts of history where we were trying to find basically fill in the rest of the map. Mm-hmm. It's not bad. It's not great. It's good.
Bring some coffee.
I just want to see now a 2-hour war film out of that. That's all I need to see. Do a war epic with Charlie Hunnam in it again. Just get Robert Pattinson back for why not? Put Tom Holland as someone else, I guess. Palpatine as maybe as like the general or like some
Hurry up,
high-ranking.
Ian McDermott sold.
Exactly. Like honestly, you just. I don't know. What are your final thoughts, Charlie? Before we wrap up.
I'm thinking about the movie, and I'm thinking about how, like, okay, because there are some things that I don't think were set up well, and it's just told to you. I feel like the opening scene, he's like hunting a deer.
Yeah, that.
All that really says is like, okay, he's in the military. Yeah.
A lot of guys got hurt too during that deer hunt.
That was kind of funny.
Like I think 4 horses got killed. Literally, 4 horses
got trampled during that
and
scene.
they got shot because they broke their legs. They're not going to be back up.
Oh, that's true.
So 4 horses died. 3 guys are in the hospital. That's a waste of a hunt.
but I'm thinking,
yeah.
like, okay, you're supposed to use this to establish, like, he's an explorer. He wants to explore things,
Yeah.
like, or he has the inkling inside him. He has that drive to explore the unknown. And I don't really get that. It was just kind of told to us when they said, "Oh, you've been assigned to the Royal Geographical Service. You'll report there tomorrow." And then he comes in and it's like, and then the bosses are like, "Well, you did this work once upon a time, and we're going to explain this work so the audience knows what it is." It's like, well, yes, but I did that a few years ago. Well, we want you to do more of it. We want you to find exposition, and then when Robert Pattinson.
Give in to your anger. Palpatine.
That's right.
Yeah, Palpatine's in this. Sorry, go.
Once I told you that was Ian McDermott.
I lost it because all I was thinking about was gonna feel your hatred. Complete your training.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson comes in.
As a
And he's
drunk.
like, "Wait, I'm your guide." And that's the first time we're introduced to the fact that,
and you find out he's been watching him for a week.
which is weird.
Yeah, some weird shit.
and then it's like exposition. "Oh, you answered my newspaper ad." Newspaper ad? That's news to us. It's like exposition writing to get yourself out of a hole. Oh yeah, and when Mr. Murray, the fat guy that goes to the exposition, when they're like, "All right, there's a mining camp a little ways away." There's no setup for that. It was just like,
It just happened.
it was convenient,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that's how it went down in the real thing. I'm sure it's based in fact, but it was presented as something very convenient.
For the plot.
It probably would have been better if he was like looking at a map and was like, "Well, we are a few ways away from a mining camp." He's talking to the other people, and the other people are like, "We should shoot him. No, we should leave him out to die." But they didn't show us that conversation. That conversation's in the background, and we're just seeing the fat guy talking to himself. Because I thought, okay, this is the hard decision. You gotta leave him behind and go, and it just felt like
I thought they were gonna shoot him.
I thought they were gonna shoot him too.
Yeah.
Because he's got an affected leg. He's
got blood poisoning.
He's not.
And back then, you getting like anything more than a fever, you're fucked.
And yeah, and I'm thinking like they're gonna leave him because they're far away from civilization. They're not gonna get him anywhere. And then they say, "Oh, there's a mining camp a few blocks away."
And it's like, and then we think about it now that
there is.
And then I'm like, why don't you go there, all of you?
Yeah. That wasn't. Yeah, the stuff like that. Oh, yeah, and how Spider-Man doesn't. Spider-Man, first of all, he's so pissed at his father, and I guess that he makes up for it when he sees him wounded. But even then, it's all, "I want to explore things too." It's like, you don't. you've heard your dad tell stories of how that shit went down, right? And you still want to go on a whim? I don't know. Yeah. It's just little things that weren't. I feel like could have been set up better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the movie had the time. The movie certainly had the time to do it at 2 hours and 20 minutes. God damn it.
So, from us here. Why not? Go see it. Why not?
Now, I wouldn't recommend it for a theater. I wouldn't recommend it for a theater.
Wait till TNT shows it. Wait till
TNT is going to show this?
See, AMC, someone will. It's so
maybe Sundance.
Just make a war film for us. Just make those 15 minutes. Here's what will make it up for it. Honestly, make those 15 minutes into a 2 hour and 20 minute war film, and we'll call it even. We'll call it even. All right, from us at BrokeAF Movies. I'm Tom Flores.
I'm Travis Baker.
Catch you on the next time.
Bye.